Hey, hi, what's up? Now I know why you're here. The war between Topaz main and Moze main is ongoing right now, and I'm here to put an end to it. But some disclaimer first. If you just want the TLDR, there's an infographic at the end of how useful each character are, so you can skip to that if you don't want to hear my rant. I have made so many iterations of this script looking at the detail stat, the turn orientation, energy regenerator. None of that worked. I don't like playing the game that way. I'm not looking into raw data or numbers. I'm just going off in-game performance and some calculation from other people. Just overall number, no like in-depth alt regen turn or super precise speed rotation, min-max damage output or that kind of stuff. I do play a bit competitively, but I don't like to float over numbers over gameplay. If a character is not fun to use, I won't recommend them. And I don't have my Moze build. One is because I dumped all my stuff to build Hunt Marsh already, and to be honest, Moze mains should be looking at Marsh instead, because we are getting the rest of her Eidolon this update and they are pretty amazing. Well, amazing is a bit of a stretch, but her damage will be going up. And second, in my pools video, you should check that out by the way, my over 180 pools, I got a total of 1 Moze. Enough said. Oh, and definitely tell me who you like to use best from these three, or how raw my analysis are, and Hook is definitely the best follow-up sub-DPS somehow. Okay, now let's get into the discussion. Topaz is being compared with Moze in the follow-up sub-DPS role, and that is not at all unwarranted. Moze is a very good character. I made a whole guide on him so you can check that out. And from personally using other people Moze and seeing him be used, his damage number is definitely on par with E0 Topaz. But it's Moze E3 and above. Yeah, this is why Moze isn't as accessible as you think. It's up to your luck with these 4-star pool. This is gonna be why most people are not using Moze. Otherwise, his kit offers some damage boost to allies, normal and follow-up attack damage, and he does consistently launch his follow-up attack, which is definitely a plus. Now for Topaz, my Topaz is E1S1. For the sake of not glazing over Topaz, trust me, I'm trying really hard not to downplay Moze and glaze all over Topaz assets. Topaz at E0 S0 deal much more damage and buff more damage than Moze at E0 to E3. His playstyle is similar to Topaz, which is using skill to apply the main debuff on enemies. But the difference is Moze disappeared after using his skill. This means he cannot generate skill point nor can prey be switched before the enemies die or it runs out. This makes him a more passive character, just a backloading DPS, but it also makes him a lot less flexible than Topaz, who can switch around proof of that and consistently give your team more skill point. And also Numbies attack more than Moze in a follow-up team. But, another but, the key notes in this comparison is that Topaz is a 5-star character, which means even with the worst luck, you can get her at around 160 pools, which can be used to get a better limited character that you either like more or is better than your team. That's the main downside. You can either get Topaz or you can go get Robin instead and boost Moze damage that way. And I agree, if you don't already have Topaz or are planning to pull for Robin, getting her is way better than getting Topaz, just because Robin is so great with so many team and content. But in that sense, let's talk about Hunt Marsh instead. In this update, we are getting her to E6, and sadly for Moze main, E6 Marsh deals more damage than E3 Moze, but not E4. So you can basically side grade from Marsh to Moze at E4 or above. One comment I saw a lot is that Moze is a side grade to Topaz, when he's actually a side grade to Marsh instead. Marsh kits allow for more damage per hit, and with her E2 launching even more follow-up attack after her master use an attack, this factor into whether you want to build Moze or not. These are some of my question on whether or not you want to build Moze or not. Is he at E3 or above? Is your Hunt Marsh already clearing endgame content, or is he good in your follow-up team? Do you plan to pull Topaz at all in the future, or do you want Robin or any other character? Do you have the resource to build him after building other follow-up character? Building him is based on how much you like him or how much value you would get after answering these questions. If 2 or more questions are in the favor of Moze, consider building him. If not, then March is already a grade 3 character. Lastly, these are the Eidolon's damage comparison and their usefulness table. This is just my personal feel of each character. It's not like a hard damage calculation. So if you feel like Moze deals more damage than Topaz or Hanmarch deals more damage than Topaz, just take some leeway into your consideration. One more thing I want to note is Facial, because Numbies benefit most from her, because of the fact that Numbi can only be advanced with follow-up attack. So normally Facial will be advancing Numbi more than she advanced Moze. And playing around with the 3 character, Topaz is definitely feel the best to play with Facial, but that's just my experience. Also, Topaz as a 5-star character have a much higher ceiling than Moze. That is to say, with each Eidolon she gets, she will be exponentially better, and her light cone just made her even better. So while the longer Moze stay, he might not get as much buff as Topaz, because Topaz Eidolon just boosts her so much more than Moze Eidolons. And with Topaz at E2 or E1 S1, she's already leagues better than Moze. But again, as I said, the pools to get E1 or S1 Topaz could be put in another character that you like instead. So that's the dilemma you have to figure out for yourself. Well, that's it. But don't forget to tell me, what do you think about this whole follow-up sub-DPS thing? Or who's your favorite out of the 3? Comment down below. See ya!